No, so the fucking that whole thing. It's like it's a Mexican dude on a skateboard. It looks like he's in like Los Angeles somewhere, and he's wearing like a baggy flannel. Like doesn't look very
Is this the original
proper.
video?
This is the original video.
Okay.
And he's drinking a cranberry juice, and it's like, and he's like lip singing this shit, and he's just cruising down the road, just like not a care in the world, like fucking just sipping cranberry juice. And then somehow that goes viral on Instagram, right? And it was on Barstool, obviously. That's like where I saw it first. And I'm like, all right, that's kind of jokes. Like, it's a fucking Mexican guy just not giving a fuck drinking cranberry juice, listening to that song. Mm-hmm. And he looks like gangster kind of.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
For the record, that is funny.
And then, like, yeah, then a bunch of people just started, like, replicating it. And then the Yarmy dude did it on the helicopter. And then I just saw the one on Barstool with the fucking bulldog with the cranberry juice in front of it. But it's just funny how that is the most random fucking video. But for some reason, that just goes viral.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Did the guy have a bunch of followers to begin with?
No.
Or
No. Just a random fucking guy.
Put it on YouTube, and then next thing he knew?
That's what I'm saying. Like, anything could go viral if just, like, somehow resonates with your audience. Like, our age group kind of, like, that, like, 16 to, like, 30 age group. Like, everyone's... I feel like that age is, like, a lot of Instagram, like, shit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our age group is definitely, like, the last generation that used Facebook.
Yeah.
If that makes the most recent generation to use Facebook, but we don't use Facebook.
I don't really use it.
No,
I scroll it sometimes.
Yeah, but I'm saying, say if you're 20, so you're 26, say if you're 24, 23, I don't think that would be the case. Or more so like 23 younger, because I don't really know about the in between 23 and 26 about Facebook, that is, but definitely 23 and younger, no one has a Facebook.
Remember poking someone on Facebook, or a female for that matter, was the equivalent of like, hey, like, I want to stick my penis in you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's definitely what I'm assuming it got made for.
Pretty much.
I mean, why else would you be able to poke someone? It's kind of just like, you're like, you can socialize with them in so many other ways.
You're almost like you're poking them with your boner online.
Yeah, do you think that's why they named it?
Maybe.
Gave it the poke name?
There's a documentary out now called The Social Dilemma. I was actually watching the first 5 minutes of it before you pulled up here, and it's fucked. First 5 minutes is fucked.
Social Dilemma.
It's basically about like how social media is just so many things were created. Like Twitter was created for originally just the mainstream idea was just like quick fucking thought, you can get it out and like just communicate with people. That was like the premise. The original premise of the idea, and now fucking 12 years later, it develops into Russian bots fucking altering the election.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then Jack Dorsey's the creator of it, and he's on like fucking trial essentially.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and they were like, like you didn't have the laws and regulations in place, and he was like, bro, like I created this thing. Like it kind of like went way beyond my wildest imagination of what it could even be like leveraged for. And that's like how a lot of shit is now.
Facebook, I mean, Zuckerberg was in a lot of shit at one point too. I don't know the details, but I basically know if you have a successful social media platform, you're gonna be in some shit at some point
that you can't even foresee coming.
Yeah,
because it's just gonna like,
and you can't even do anything about it.
Yeah, it's just gonna spiral. Some weird fuck is just gonna manipulate what you created for not your original idea at all, and it's just gonna like spiral like for something completely different, which is wild. But do you remember the Zuckerberg thing? He was like on trial at the Supreme Court, and he had a cup of water, and he was literally going like this. Did you see that? No. He would like take the cup of water, and like he'd literally go like this, like with his mouth, and just be like, like seriously, like drinking it. I don't know if he had to have been fucking with him, but he's like at the Supreme Court, and it's like about like laws and regulations that could like really get you in trouble, and he's just drinking a fucking water like that, dude.
I saw something with him in court where this, I don't know if it was the judge or whoever the fuck, it must have been. He said, would you be okay with us like looking through your text messages? That was a question he asked him, and Zuckerberg was just like, no.
Yeah, cool. No, can I just like fuck your wife first?
Do that. Yeah, it's basically like I feel like Zuckerberg should have said, no, can I see yours?
Yeah.
And then how do you feel about it? Just like fuck you.
I know. That's very weird.
Yeah, it was very weird. But I remember just seeing that. That's the only thing in court I've ever seen with him.
I'm gonna watch the documentary tonight, though. I'll report back on my thoughts next week because it looks pretty crazy, honestly. It's about like some people like worked at Google and like Google Drive, and like one guy was involved in creating like the like button on Facebook and shit. I don't know. It's weird stuff. A lot of people like left the job for like ethical shit.
Ethical as in like
they didn't think what they were doing was.
They were sensitive.
Not sensitive. Ethics is like what's right and wrong essentially, and like they thought like what they were doing wasn't ethical, in a sense, in the most simplest way possible. And like I said, I've saw like 10 minutes of it, so I'm gonna watch all of it tonight. Well, some of it, but yeah.
Like tying someone up and forcing them to chug milk, so a gallon of milk, so that they throw up and vomit everywhere is like unethical, right?
Yes, that would be unethical. Like I actually had to take ethics in fucking college because a lot of the business shit is ethical. Like the prime one was like you own $1 billion company and it costs $1 million to get rid of like pollution and waste the right way, but it costs $100,000 to get rid of it like the not great way, and you're gonna like fuck up some people's lives.
You have to find that
and it's like,
middle ground.
Do I want to make more money?
Yeah,
like, do I need to do the ethical thing? Like, should I be unethical and just fucking cake out?
Yeah,
you know, like that was like some shit.
Yeah, well, America's a big place where they're very down to be non-ethical.
Oh yeah,
not to be like one of those hippies sounding like, you know, but it's very true. It's very true.
For real.
I mean, in France, they're I don't know if I brought this up on a podcast
the water
before.
Thing?
Yeah, did I bring that up on a podcast?
I ended up watching it because you recommended the Zac Efron thing.
Yep.
Yeah, the France water thing is fucked.
Yeah, so if you're listening, like in France, apparently they just care a lot about their tap water, right?
Essentially they just care a lot about their water, yeah.
And they have like a team of people, you know, just making sure that if you drink it from a faucet, no matter where you drink it, it's healthy water and has all the right minerals, and there's just like no profit behind it. To my knowledge.
No, it's really not.
They can't be.
It's
right?
just no. The city doesn't really profit off. They just like create jobs that way for the people. But you could be a homeless guy and go into like Boston Common if we're doing like that equivalent, and there'll be a fountain, and it's just like pure natural water with all the proper minerals and shit. Better than like a bottled water.
Right, and
it's weird, dude. If you drink water with the appropriate amount of minerals and shit, it almost tastes like metally. Have you ever had like? No, it's weird.
Iron? Is there iron in it?
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit in it.
Yeah,
and it doesn't not taste like a bottle of water. And like a bottle of water is like really when it says like natural, purified, blah blah blah. Like that's just like not true.
Right. I know.
Which is hilarious.
It's all 100% natural, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Back to my point where with France with their water. Like if that's America, they're selling it for money rather than making sure no matter who you are as a civilian, you're good. Does that make sense?
Yes, like their main goal is not our benefit,
right?
And like our health,
yeah,
and like the wellness. It's money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fucked up. But dude, I went to the White Mountains over the weekend, and there was this particular thing that happened that I wanted to tell you about. So I climbed a mountain, right? You already know that. I climbed Mount Crawford, like Carl Crawford.
Yep.
It's not named after him, but that, you know.
Same spelling.
Exactly. And it's funny that his name's Carl also, Carl Crawford.
Yeah, it's not like a...
He didn't look like a Carl now that I really think about it. But anyway, I'm climbing this mountain with my buddy Austin, his lady, and my lady. And Nash, their dog, right? Nash climbed the mountain with us. And there were a lot of dogs climbing this mountain. And
is Nash a German Shepherd?
No, that's Stone.
Oh yeah.
Nash is he's like a mix of stuff. He's a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, he's the cutest full grown dog. He's the cutest full grown dog that you can be. If that makes sense. Yeah, he still looks like a puppy, but he's not that small, but he has the cuteness of a puppy. But anyway,
face, yeah.
And so we're going up, and Nash is like, you know, other people are walking with their dogs, and they're like coming down the mountain and whatnot, and you're just bumping into people along the way on the trail. And like Nash is like good with other dogs, and he's just meeting up with the other dogs, and they're just sniffing each other and playing around a little bit and stuff. And we get to a point where it's this like older couple coming down, and they're walking, right? And we just, because everyone, something about New Hampshire and Maine, right, and probably Vermont, who knows, maybe Delaware.
Throw them in the mix.
Everyone just says hi to each other. You know, and I'm not against saying hi to someone if they're walking by me and there's nothing else going on. It's just like, hello, you know, you might as well say something. But for some reason, they just all say hi to each other, no matter like if you make eye contact. Very different over here in the city.
It's like a small town thing, and it's also like a hiking.
Very Caucasian thing.
It's a hiking thing too. Like people who like hike and fucking see
each other.
It's like, hey, how you doing?
But aside from the hiking, I just noticed like everybody just said hi to me, and that's fine. Like I like the friendliness, but it's also
I don't like
just,
it. Honestly,
you know what? There's a part of me that fucking despises it, to be completely honest. But it's too white, dude. I fucking hate it. Like, it's very Caucasian, right? Fair to say.
Yeah, it is. It feels like someone's gonna like. I feel like I'm living in like a fake area where fucking I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if you went up to the cricket, like that's making the noise, it'd be like a little speaker, and it wouldn't be a cricket because it's like too perfect.
Yes, yeah.
It's like, hey, how are you doing? And then like the camera flash goes off, like, and Get Out, and
yeah, that just bugged that analogy bugged me out. I don't know how you thought of that, but I feel you. But anyway, so I'm climbing up this mountain with a dog and 3 other people. And this older couple they meet up with us. So not like they're coming down and we're walking up, and it's just like a quick hello. And then out of nowhere, right, diagonally behind them on the side is this dog just sprinting. You know, have you ever seen a dog really happy that they're in leaves and shit? Like how they're just like running around and fucking sprinting, jumping, just acting nuts. This dog was just acting fucking wild on the side, right? Just not on the trail, just on the side, going through bushes, just like jumping into bushes.
Having an orgasm.
Oh, dude, just like having the time of his life, right? And what you would think it's their dog because it's diagonally behind them. And like the dog's acting so crazy that it gets to the point we noticeably say, oh, look at look at him,
look at little fucking Jeffrey over there.
Right, exactly. And so then the couple says, oh yeah, you'd think he was our dog, like he followed us up here and he's just followed us, he's following us down too. And we're like, what? He's not your dog? And they said, no, he's the something inn. Like there was some hotel at the bottom of, like near the bottom of the mountain.
Right.
And apparently the owner of that just has this dog, and he just lets him out into the mountain for the day sometimes, and just lets him out all willy nilly, with no parental supervision. And this dog was acting like there was no parental supervision, because every dog that we saw was, even if they weren't on a leash, they were just like trotting next to their owner, and say if like Nash, who we were with, was like going off, of course the owner's like, come on, we gotta go.
It's like you're saying, like your parents are home type deal.
Exactly. And it was so funny just to see a dog acting completely crazy on the side, finding out that it's not their dog, because it was a dog that in his brain he was like, no one's in charge of me right now, I can do whatever I want. And it literally had that vibe, and he was just running around. He just kept, but it was just, I wish I was that couple, because it would have been funny if he just followed us instead. That would really enjoyed that, but he just followed them up and down the mountain. I just thought that was so funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, he was just running around like it was like he just had no one in charge of him.
Also wild that the guy at the bottom, whoever this guy is, I'm gonna say he's maybe like a Greg, maybe a Dave. He just lets the dog out, because what if the dog just gets like attacked by a fox or something? Like what? A lot of bad things can happen if you just roam in the fucking woods. But also there's a lot of hikers around. But still, it's like you're putting your dog's fucking shit on someone else's lap. Right.
The lady, when she said it, she also said that she thinks that.
Oh, so he just could have been a fucking wild
like stray dog, like, left his home real quick. But a lot of dogs...
You have a leash? Collar?
No, he
was naked as fuck.
I don't know, because he was just fucking in and out of the bushes and stuff so much. He was just moving so fast. He was just...
What kind of dog was it?
It was a mix of some sort, but it was the colors of Shepherd, or like the colors of Rottweiler.
Oh, cool.
But didn't have that physique. It was definitely a mix of some sort. It wasn't a full bred. Right. But it was definitely one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Climbing a mountain's very fun, let alone with being a lot of dogs on it.
Yeah. Yep. And you would think you'd be way more sore after. The mountain that we climbed in Monadnock, we had to do a lot more physical climbing,
like scaling the mountain type shit.
Yeah, like Monadnock's kind of dangerous, dude. Like way more dangerous than this one that I climbed, because it was pretty much a trail the whole way up, but it wasn't just dirt trail. Like it was rocky, and it's like my girlfriend, she fucking rolled her ankle. It was being such a female about it.
I want to climb more mountains. That sounds very weird to say, but
no, it's not at all. No, it's not at all.
Because I've seen unreal pictures of people hiking, and dude, you could go to New Hampshire, but it sucks because it really is a fucking full day, bro. Like you got to get up at like 6, sometimes fucking earlier, depending like what you want to do, like
Depending
later
where
in
you're
that
going.
day.
Yeah.
You gotta drive up there. It's usually 2.5 hours.
Could bump into a bear.
Yeah. Maybe it's 3 hours depending on what area in New Hampshire you're going. Monadnock was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
2 and like 45.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how far it was?
Yes.
Then that was definitely like kind of near where I was, because I was 2 hours and 37 minutes.
It's in Keene.
Okay, it was near me. It was like 30 minutes away from me.
Yeah, Monadnock's right near Keene, and yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of sick mountains in Hampshire that I want to climb, but like you're going up there. It's a 2.5 hour ride. Let's say you're hiking. It's an hour and a half up, hour down, so it's like another 2.5 hours. And then you're driving home 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Like, dude, that's a fucking chunk of your day.
You want to know what's funny? You were about to keep going, so you can keep
I
going
wasn't.
if you want.
I
Oh,
wasn't.
okay. You know how? So if you're listening, just for a little backstory before I say this, like me, James, and his lady, we went to go climb this thing. It was during COVID, and then they
fucked.
Yeah, and we basically drove there for no reason, and we had to drive back. But we took a good stroll. We walked around.
Yeah, we did.
We walked around the area a little bit.
Made the most of it.
Yeah, and then we went back and we climbed it. And it's funny because I didn't remember it being that long of a ride.
It's like 2 hours.
I knew it was like I knew it was 2 hours. I knew like 2 hours was like the time frame, but I didn't know it was like 240.
It's like 2.5, 240. Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking deep.
I know.
There are moose up there.
Oh, dude, 100%. But yeah, you actually have to scale Monadnock.
Bobcats.
I think I'm pronouncing it wrong too. I think it's Monadnock.
I think so too.
But yeah, you straight up like. The funny thing is, because like, I remember climbing it and like we beasted the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And I was hungover as shit. And like we were running up some of these areas where like you probably shouldn't have been running.
Right.
Like if we weren't athletic, we wouldn't be able to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like people were bringing their fucking kids up. The kids eating like fucking McDonald's. I'm like, what the fuck? How are you getting this little human up there? There's no way you're going to the top.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah. I thought about it when I was climbing it this time, because climbing a mountain is so sick. On top of the exercise, whoever you're doing it with, the camaraderie of it, but also just being in the climbing a mountain, dude, being in nature, it's just fucking sick.
Great.
And
especially from where we live too.
Yeah, I came to the conclusion that if I ever was a coach of a team, or or just had an office where people were working for me, I would like have a team chemistry day where it's everyone climb this mountain. Yeah. We're climbing this mountain.
Yeah.
Fair to say that would be a good team.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing.
If you and your hockey buddies, right, in college or high school, wherever, like, did that, wouldn't that be a good camaraderie thing?
Yeah, we did something similar. We did a fucking like not a hike, but you go in and like you climb up these trees and you're on like a line almost. You like walk across like this rope while you're harnessed in type shit. And then we did like a fucking trust fall from like mad high up, like in the woods. Yeah, that's like what we did. But yeah, that would be a sick team build type thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Imagine like climbing up a fucking mountain with like 20 people like on your team.
No, that'd be nuts.
That'd be mad funny.
Everyone would probably disperse. Some would be faster than others.
Oh yeah.
You know how that kind of stuff
goalies
goes.
would fucking be last because they're usually chubby.
Wherever the coach was, there'd be people like falling back or like going way ahead and smoking weed.
Yo, let's go smoke weed.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's no doubt that if whatever team I was on ever, if we did that as a team chemistry thing, me and someone was smoking weed.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. I ate a couple edibles before I did it.
Oh, did you?
I had weed.
I want to eat like a lot of shrooms and do that.
I would eat shrooms and do it. I don't know about a lot.
Well, like I'd eat a decent amount. I want to feel it.
No, of course. Yeah.
Like I would eat the same amount we eat at like Nahant that day.
Yeah, when we ate shrooms that day, I learned that was probably like the most perfect amount when it comes to just like casually tripping.
Yeah.
Just
sure. Like. We also gradually took more.
Took a little over a gram, I would say, over time, right? Would you say it was that much? Like 1.3.
Oh, and altogether, we usually ate like 2 each.
2 grams?
Yeah.
Oh, you think it was that much?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. Those chocolates are cool.
Yeah, mushrooms are weird, man. They're
they
cool.
They really are.
They're cool. They're cool, but they're weird.
You need, it's something that I don't know. I've learned that like I definitely want to do it very
periodically,
like definitely not like back-to-back days,
right?
Like or anything, like back-to-back weekends even. And I also want to have like something planned for it,
Yeah.
Like I like doing it like what we did in the summer and like we had mad activities and shit. Like I'd really like that, but next time I do it, I want to do like what you did. I want to maybe golf 9 holes.
Yeah. Oh, that would be sick. That would be tight. That'd be tight. And I'd be interested to see how I would golf.
Yeah, I'm either gonna be like way more fucking dial in or just like an absolute buzzball, just doing terrible.
Yeah. I remember drawing on mushrooms, thinking like I was gonna like it was gonna be whatever, but drawing on mushrooms was weird.
It's almost because like drawing, like you even said, it's a lot of focus you need.
Yeah.
And shrooms, you kind of just want to like let your imagination, like you want to like be moving like your peripherals around and shit.
Yeah, and when you're putting all your focus into something, it would get weird on shrooms.
Yeah.
Eventually, it gets weird, I guess.
Yeah, peeing on shrooms is very weird.
I can see that.
Come out of you. Yeah. It's like a weird thing.
I can see that.
I don't know why.
I threw up on shrooms one time, and I threw up twice, but it was in the same situation at the same time. So it was a minute after I threw up a second time, and it was two different piles of throw up. And
people tell you that you're gonna start tripping harder, and you're like freaking out.
Yeah, that did happen 100%. And also though, both of the piles of throw up were different colors.
Different foods.
Like pink and orange. I just thought it was weird. I just figured like it would have been the same color. And that made me trip a little more,
Yeah, that is weird.
It was Dunkin' Donuts colors.
I threw up black one time.
Oh, man.
I got my appendix out the next day. So, if you throw up black, watch out for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah.
That was a stomach ache where, like, because you've had stomach aches, or I used to get really bad stomach aches. Knock on wood, I haven't have like as bad. Now I just fucking fart my brains out and like it helps. But I used to just smoke a lot of weed and it would help a lot. Like it used to help my stomach and digestive system a lot, and it used to help all the time. Like it used to make the stomach ache go away. And this one particular time where I got my appendix out, I ripped the bong like maybe fucking 20 times one day. It just like wasn't going away. And I was like, might be something to this. Maybe it's because I'm on a bender, but I don't know. And it ended up being the appendix.
Who knows? Maybe. Do you think if you didn't go on that bender, you would?
I thought about that because it was literally like a 4-day bender of excessive alcohol consumption.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like you were shaking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I was thinking about this today. I went to Saco River, a few times, but it's just drinking all weekend. And I remember like getting like coming back on that Monday and like literally like having like shakes because when you just drink a lot, you just like not like the shakes like. Not like the shakes like an alcoholic gets the shakes.
Yes, but
it's like when you drink so much.
Your body's like expecting you to have.
Yeah. Your body's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, dude, college was fucked because you remember Thursday nights, especially like when you weren't like in season for your team, like your sports, and you had maybe like a practice, or, like a captain's practice, right? Where it's like, all right, like fucking, I can like go out the night before. Like Thursday night was a big night. Friday night was like, all right, like fucking. It's Friday, right?
Yeah.
And then Saturday night was like maybe like a house party type night. And then Sunday was like football. So like you could easily go on benders like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that's when I did. And I remember not wanting to go out on Sunday, and I matched with this fucking Indian chick on Tinder.
Nice.
And how many times? This is like when Tinder wasn't as like played out as it is, because this is like what, fucking. This is like literally 7 years ago. So like you weren't paying for shit. You know what I mean? You have to pay for swipes.
Right. Yeah.
How many times would you like hit up a girl and like you'd be with your buddy when you matched her, maybe having some beers, you go see if she has a friend, and I go, hey, like I'm with my friend, like do you want to meet up and like bring a friend? And she said yes. Like either a red flag or like
right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, dude. She said yeah. Like she's probably fucking.
What were you gonna, either a red flag or what? Because to me, it's not like it's either a red flag or like the coolest girl.
Well, it's really three options. It's red flag, like. Holy shit, like this has happened, or like she's just an absolute like not like attractive person, which is like okay, like those are the three options.
That's a good way to put it, because if she's not
it's like, yo, let's just do it to be true. She's bringing a friend and she's down to like meet me too, because like I haven't met her.
Yeah.
And I ended up meeting with them and her friend and my friend, and we just got like shit faced together at dinner, and that night like I kind of felt the stomach, but I was like, like I'm with girls, like blah blah blah. I'm like, forget about this type shit. It wasn't as bad, and then it just started getting really bad. And then the Monday morning, dude, holy fuck,
you could die from that.
I know, I almost did. My appendix was like about to explode.
Yeah.
But the most bug out thing about the whole experience was like I got taken to the fucking ER. It was like 3:30 in the morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning.
That sounds so fun.
Oh, dude,
that sounds like such the best.
Yeah, it was great. But also, my phone was dead. My parents had to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like they were like, hey, like we know like you after your appendix out, waiting for like the X-rays to come back and like the CAT scan. Like we gotta like go like to our jobs right now, and like we'll be back at lunchtime. We can take like half days. I'm like, all right, like sick. I'm just in the fucking ER crack ward of Beth Israel, just like homeless people coming in. And I'm sitting in the middle of this thing, dude, with no phone, and I'm just in fucking agony. And then like the doctor comes back and is like, "Yeah, you need surgery like tonight." And I'm like,
"You fucked up, aren't you? Are you high?
Dude, I was really scared because like I did fucking Class A narcotics. Okay, without getting too in detail, like 2 days ago. Right. So, are they doing blood tests right now? Okay, like my parents are here, like they're gonna be like, "What the fuck were you doing?"
Yeah. Then I'd start thinking like, oh, the anesthesia, how's that gonna like?
Oh, dude, I was bugging out. I had all these things going in my mind, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. And then the doctor's like, you need surgery tonight.
Sorry,
it was also fucked because it wasn't one of those things where, hey, like, you know, like you hurt your ankle, like you probably need surgery, like you could probably wait like 2 months, see how it heals, and like then you'll come back. It's like you literally need surgery now, you don't have a choice. And I'd never had surgery before, and I'm like, this is fucked up, dude.
It's so fucked up.
You know,
it's so fucked up.
I was like, all right, I guess like I'm getting my body open and closed again.
Yeah.
And the anesthesia was fucking sick though.
Yeah. Wow. I remember I had to get anesthesia and stuff, and apparently I'm a lightway with it.
Dude,
that's what the doctor told me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you do. How much time are we at? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, 26. We're at 26 right now. Yeah, time flies, you know, when you're having fucking a grand old time.
Yeah. I gotta tell you about a little situation I was in, dude.
What, in the White Mountains?
No, this was, you know what, this was a good amount of time ago, and I brought it up quickly to you, right? But I didn't get into detail, and I didn't really bring it up to anyone because I didn't know how good I was gonna tell the story, in the sense of like, am I gonna tell it good? Because if you were there, this was fucked up. You know what I mean? This was so fucked up if you were there. This was a terrible experience for your boy here. But in general, if I don't tell the story right, the person's not gonna feel me.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just going for it right now. You know what I mean?
Whatever. Fuck it.
So yeah, your boy was in a very uncomfortable situation.
How long ago was this? Like timing wise, like 3 weeks, months?
A month and a half.
Okay.
A month and a half. So I'm in my living room, right? And I just finished a painting. And if you look at my Instagram, it's actually the Hey Arnold painting.
Oh yeah.
With him and Gerald. That picture is when this. So whatever the date is on that, that's when it happened. Okay, and it was that me putting it where I put it in the picture, the painting that is, that caused this situation. So I'm taking this picture, and so I have a fireplace in my living room, and above it is like a shelf with like your stereotypical living room shit, like
candles, pictures, or whatever.
Exactly, yep,
miscellaneous,
exactly, like a picture of me playing baseball, just all that kind of shit. And there's this. So my dad has these like clown like these statue things, right? Like that are like probably this big, or in this case, this one's like this fucking
pretty
big.
Creepy.
Yeah, it sounds creepier than it actually is. It is a creepy looking clown and stuff, but it's funny because it's like a clown playing golf.
Yeah.
Or like a clown at giving cards as a black dealer, and then there's another clown like as the.
It's like a set.
They're by an artist from like a long time ago, and they're all one of like 2,500.
Oh, that's cool.
Stuff. Yeah. It's sick. Yeah, it's sick. But it sounds creepy, and clowns are pretty creepy, but they're actually like pretty cool, like the little statues. So there's some that are like really little, and there's some that are bigger, right? Now in this case, this one's a ship. Okay, you know, like the kind of ship that you would see in a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is like that kind of ship, decent size, like probably like this size. If you're looking into the camera right now and you're not listening audibly, it's like this size, right? And there's a bunch. So imagine a ship. There's just a bunch of shit going on in a ship when it comes to the ship itself. But then there's a bunch of shit going on, and there's a bunch of little clowns, right? And they're
in the ship,
like more so on top of the ship.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they're on top of the ship, and you know, there's one looking out a telescope.
Like they're doing crew member shit.
And then there's there's one's mopping, and then it actually is cool too, because it's like a little figure. It's like a statue looking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good size too. And that's so where my painting of the Hey Arnold painting was going, and I took the picture of. That's where this was. So I had to move this, right? And it was fucking so heavy, I remember. It was fucking way heavier than I thought. This thing had to have been, like, so it's probably this size, right? When I pick it up, it's like this size. It was probably like 50 pounds.
That's heavy as fuck.
As fuck, dude. Like
it's like the length of like a backpack.
Yeah. No, not smaller.
Damn.
Because whatever the ship itself.
That must have been like expensive. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Was. No,
that's
it
how
was.
you know, like, if something.
It was. He was art collecting and didn't know it.
Like
it's
solid
funny,
oak
yeah.
type shit. Like,
what it was the bottom of it, right? I hope I explained this well. The bottom of it is what made it so heavy because it was the foundation of it. So it's like it wasn't the ship, the bottom of it. The ship itself was underneath this marble, like it was on this marble like rectangle
what keeps it
thing.
up.
Exactly. Yep. And that was what was heavy. And so I have to move this thing because of, I'm putting my painting there. I put it on the couch right next to this fireplace, okay? Now, keep in mind, there's like little figures and stuff like doing things, and I take the picture. I move everything else on that ship. On the shelf, and the ship is on the couch right next to the fireplace. And I take the picture, and then I took the picture with my phone. I remember, and without thinking, when you go to sit down on a couch. When you're looking at your phone, you don't think about anything. You're looking at your phone. You don't even look at the couch before you sit down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know
you just
saying.
like boom, 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 right?
Yeah, you take like look at your phone. All right, there's the picture. The lighting's good. Mm-hmm. All right, maybe I filter like this. I'm just going to sit down because I know instinctually I sit in this living room all the time. I sit in this couch. I'm just going to sit down real quick.
There's nothing ever in the way.
Yeah.
And this, that, the other. So I'm going to sit down. Dude, there's this like fucking and I broke the little clown, right? So it's this like little like and when I say little though, it's like big enough to be fucking painful. So it's this little guy like looking out of a telescope, right? On the ship.
Oh.
Right?
Butthole?
Dude, I fucking go to sit down, and I forget that it's there, and it just goes right up my asshole because here's the thing. Because here's the fucking thing. Ready? When you go to sit down, right, and especially because I didn't have like a table here or
there's a lot of pressure.
Say if there was right now, right, if I was doing that, I'd be able to. If you're watching visually, I'd be able to, whoa, and like I'd be able to like hold myself up right away, right. But in this situation, I couldn't do that, and I straight up went. I sat right down and I sit right down, and it's just like, whoa, like you know what I mean, like
yeah.
I literally can't grab onto anything to push myself up. So the force of me sitting down was happening.
Did you like roll over kind of?
Keep in mind no. So keep in mind the situation's like I have no idea this is about to happen. I go to sit down. Oh no! And then but by the time I was getting up, I was already going down. Like think about how you go to sit on a couch.
Oh dude,
you throw
the
yourself
pressure coming down.
You throw yourself on the couch. So
I jump on my couch, fucking
exactly
on my ass.
Yeah, and so. Dude, this fucking little part of it, legitimately, I don't know how much of it went in my ass.
Did it break off in your ass?
It broke off. I don't know.
You had pants.
I have no idea.
If you were naked, that would have been like straight up in you.
and so I literally was so mad because it hurt so bad. It hurt so fucking bad. Well, that's what I was mad about. I was like pissed because I was like, dude, what up, dude? Like now I have to go to the hospital because I just sat down on something that went up my ass. I literally thought my asshole was bleeding. I thought there was like no question
just
that my asshole
anal
was bleeding.
fissure. That's what they call it when you rip your butthole a little bit.
Yeah, and dude, it hurt, man. It fucking hurt, and it went. And by the way, like it was, dude. This is not out of a pleasure choice. Like this was fucking so upsetting to me, and unfortunately, like that happened, and like I thought then I like went to the bathroom, wiped my ass with like a tissue, and there was no blood.
No blood.
I was astonished. So much pain. Like
you hurting the next day type shit?
No, for like the next 30 minutes though. And dude, this thing like literally went in my ass, and I know what figure it was because it broke. It broke off the ship.
No way.
Yeah, very uncomfortable situation.
Did you tell your dad that story?
No, he wouldn't even get it. Like he would know, like
what, did he notice? He'd
understand, but he'd understand, but he wouldn't see the. I don't think he'd see the humor in it as much as you do.
Yeah,
you know, I think he'd just be kind of like, oh,
I'll be careful next time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah, that is fucked, dude. So a clown fucked you a little bit with his head.
Low key.
Mm-hmm. That is wild, dude. It was so
uncomfortable, man. It was brutal, and I was mainly mad that no one was around to see it. Because, like, I was just dealing with it by myself. Was Curtis in there,
the dog? You just were like, oh, what's going on? What's wrong?
Yeah. He probably was, but I was so focused on, like, thinking I had to go to the hospital because like something with my like rectum.
Oh, dude, I know. I don't have health insurance right now. I'm health insurance-less.
Because you just turned 26.
Well, yeah, I've been 26, but I also like wasn't covered because I worked for a fucking corporation before. Now I'm working for like my friend, and I don't have health insurance, so I'm kind of riding that raw dog right now.
Yeah.
I'm raw dogging the fuck out of it, and like I need to know when to pull out in that analogy.
Yeah, right.
Like if I don't pull out in time and I fucking bust,
yeah,
I bust an injury.
You're having a kid.
I'm having a fucking might be an expensive.
You're having a triplets when you're not ready for one kid.
Yeah. Like if I broke an ankle, bro, I'd literally no bullshit have to pay like fucking $20,000.
Right.
Like it's that like health insurance is that ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you don't have it.
Right. No, it is. No, I remember my surgery when I got surgery for my shoulder. It was I remember seeing what the price was for the like I had health insurance, so I didn't pay this, but overall it was like fucking like $35,000.
Oh, it's insane.
You know, and that was just to me. It's just like if I don't have health insurance, I have to pay $35,000. I can't do that.
That's what I'm saying.
I just chill with the fucking torn labor my whole life.
Yeah.
Well, at some point I'd fix it, but
it's weird too because you can have health expenses against you. Like, say for example, you did get that surgery and like you had that health expense over you, and they were like coming at you for the bill. Like, you can just not pay the bill. Doesn't affect your credit score and shit.
My buddy, I'm not going to... I'll say his first name because it's a very generic name. But my buddy Matt, he went to the hospital in Montana. And I asked him, why did he go? And he basically claims, I don't know. And it's kind of like, oh, dude, there's a fucking
What was
story.
the injury?
There's a story there that you're not telling me.
Oh, there was an injury?
No, I don't even know what there wasn't an injury. It was just like he... I don't remember. Like, he was fucking hammered. I know that, but he got sick of some sort. I don't know.
Oh.
I feel like he's not telling. Here's the thing: is I should know the story.
Yeah.
Put it that way. If you get rushed to the hospital in Montana, in the middle of nowhere in Montana, I should fucking know the story.
You need to know.
I think there's something up to the story, and he doesn't listen to this podcast, so he won't hear this. So that was the situation with him. He had to take an ambulance, and they keep hitting him up about it. And he's just like, "Did you know that you can just like duck those calls and shit, and it doesn't do anything."
Yeah.
And honestly, the only thing they can do is just keep hitting you up about it.
Yeah, they literally like it doesn't go against your credit score and shit. They can just like fuck you a little bit, but it doesn't really matter if it's not that much money too. But dude, it's weird how things. It's weird just how much shit costs. Like, dude, like. If I break an ankle, like, I'm throwing out arbitrary numbers, but, like, $20,000 to get, if you know what I mean? Like, fucking a cast and, like, see the doctors and see the orthopedist and see this guy. It's crazy. Like, cars is another one. I have a fucking story. So, this happened on fucking, what day was it? It was Sunday. It was last Sunday, right? So, you know my drive on my house?
Yes.
It's basically, it's a fucking black paved driveway.
Yep, with a random little, like... thing in the corner that I can't even explain what that thing is.
It's a cobblestone. It's like cobblestone brick where it's like.
But it's just that corner. Like there's nothing, and then there's two chairs,
it's
right?
Probably maybe 10 to 15 square feet in the corner of my driveway.
It's cool.
Where a little fence area. There's like two little like patio chairs and a little table. You can just like chill out and sit there. It's nice in the summertime.
I bring that up because whenever I look at it, I think like, that's like very random, but also I like it.
Yeah,
you know?
I know. My mom fucking watches too much HGTV, dude. Really, that's probably what it is.
It's a very 75-year-old thing to like activity to do. Just sit in the in that part of your.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's cool. I would want one.
Yeah, have like a glass of fucking tea and just have cozy slippers on and some shit. But anyways,
talking to the neighbors.
So like, if there's 3 cars in my driveway, it's usually like my mom's parks like she pulls straight in. My dad'll park like straight into the right.
Yep.
And then I'll park like behind my mom.
Got it.
So there's 3 cars.
Yep.
So it's almost like an L kind of.
Yes. Yep.
So on Sunday, my dad's like parking in the street. So my girlfriend fucking decides to park the car where my dad usually parks. And when she's parked there, like, I'm usually parked directly behind her, and, like, I'll move my car or whatever. I'll move both cars. I'm playing valet because I don't want my car to get hit, right? But she's gotten a little bit better at backing out of the driveway, so I trust her now, which I fucking shouldn't have did. So, dude, I'm watching Tom Brady because the Buccaneers game was on. It started at 1. So I coach hockey, as I mentioned.
How mad you were.
Oh, dude. I freaked out. So I've been working my balls off, obviously, like putting in the hardwood floors with my friend. And sometimes we work like 6 days a week, and then I coach on Sunday, so like I don't really get a day off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my time is fucking Sunday football, like drinking some beer, drinking some wine.
Just like a lot of people, like
just like unwinding.
That's honestly, that's like every dude.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Especially like when you're working a lot and shit, and like you're just always zoned in or doing something. Like when you get a time to just like shut off, not be on your phone, like not be working, and just literally just zone out and like drink and just watch something that's entertaining, right?
Yeah.
Because I actually do
Did
like.
The Patriots win?
They didn't win.
No, they didn't win.
No, they played the Chiefs.
Goes to show how much I give a fuck about.
Well, Cam Newton had COVID, and so does Stephon Gilmore.
Right.
So yeah,
who's the quarterback? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Now it was Brian Hoyer was our backup. He did so shitty. We took him out, and then we put in Stidham. So I think Stidham's starting next week because Cam Newton can't play again. So, anyways,
Brian Hoyer, figure it out, dude. You're a vet.
He's terrible.
Continue.
So I'm watching Tom Brady, like he's coming back. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is sick. I'm like kind of buzzing off this red wine because I went wine tasting with her after hockey because I promised her I'd do it. So I was like, fuck, I'm missing football, but I'll do this. And I'm coming back. I'm like, this is my time on the couch. She's like, I'm gonna go to Walgreens and like get gas. I'm like, all right, like that can easily be done like tomorrow, but like fucking go for it. I'm fucking zoned in. I don't care.
Yeah. Like, cool.
Yeah, literally, one of those. Like,
whatever you're saying right now,
like,
I don't give a fuck.
She's saying, my eyes are still locking the TV. I'm like, cool, all right, yeah, see you soon, whatever, yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, so she goes out there. My mom is talking to this tree guy, works for this tree company, because we're getting our trees trimmed in my front yard and my backyard. So they're in my driveway, like, fucking talking in that little cobblestone area, kind of. And she's, like, pointing, like, I want this trim, I want this trim. And dude, all of a sudden, I just hear, and I'm almost like a fucking tire screech. I'm like, what the fuck? And I just like kind of downplay it. And my mom just goes, James, your girlfriend just hit your car. Like a wicked Boston accent too. Your girlfriend just hit your car. I'm like, what? I come out there. She's like pulled up. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. Pulling out of the fucking driveway. I go out, dude. Huge dent in my car. Huge dent in the back of my car. Her car, just a couple scratches.
No way.
I literally go like this. I go, I have like that Irish short temper, like very mad at first.
No, I do too.
But then I kind of like chill
you
out.
Mellow out. You realize to yourself, all right, hey, don't act how you're feeling right now.
Yes.
It's really just you realizing, oh, the way you feel, don't actually do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I feel that, dude.
So she's 100%. Fucking like, she pulls back up like to where she was originally parked. She like gets like scared, and like she just like fucking cracks her door a little bit. She's like, did I hit it? And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, are you fucking serious? And my mom and the tree guy just like watching like this go down, and I'm just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I go, give me the fucking keys, I'll back your car. And I just go vroom vroom, like backing on, no problem. I go, see, cut the wheel this way. Look at me, I'm looking in my mirrors. Oh, no one's coming. Oh, we're good to go. Oh, I'm parked here, I'm gonna go around my car. Like I was being that much of a dick in front of this fucking tree guy.
Nah, fuck him.
And I feel kind of bad like looking back on it, and like I said sorry about it, the way I reacted, but I was like, dude, it's the damage is over $500.
Yeah.
That's like out of my pocket.
Right.
That just should not have to be paid.
Right. It just shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, it just shouldn't have occurred. And I'm like, then I'm like, why didn't you like fucking just tell me to back a car? Like what happened? Walk me through your fucking lens right now. And she was like, well, like usually you don't park there, and I just got so scared. I'm like, oh, well, all right, whatever. Like it doesn't make sense, but like whatever, dude. And she like goes to get gas and like do her fucking Walgreens trip for God knows fucking how long, dude, because just like that needed to happen. And she calls me, she goes, can you just get like my bag? I'm just gonna go home, like just being all sad. I'm like, all right, like
because yeah, right.
I'm like, it's fine. Like I didn't mean to berate you in front of like fucking tree guy. She didn't respond
well to the yelling.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And
I was like, look, and it's fine. I'm gonna pay for it. It's not a big deal. Like, blah,
I apologize.
Blah.
This, that, and the other thing.
My mom comes out, like, she pulls back in the driveway. Like, we start buffing out the scratches together. Like, the scratches are buffed out, but it's just like a physical fucking dent in my car.
Yeah, you can't go inside the car and just push it. You know?
I know. I want to. I tried.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that fucking just straight up happened. That like was just unnecessary. But what are you gonna do?
That's so funny though. Sebastian Maniscalco. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but you know who I'm talking about, right? Comedian. He has such a funny bit, basically about everything you just said. But he says that, and then this is where I relate to him so much. Where he says. He says that his wife was driving his car and says, hey, can you come outside, dude? there's a little dent, or there's some scratching on the on the side of the car. I just wanted to see what you think. And he goes, oh yeah, okay, let's see what you think is a scratch, right? And before it, this is what I meant by what I relate to with my girlfriend, is he says, now my wife does not respond well to yelling. Okay, she doesn't respond well to yelling.
Any woman does.
No, they don't.
But yeah.
And so my girl, she just doesn't. She could be the wrongest human in the world, and I could be angry, right? The very
just get sad,
have 100% right to be like, just like, but not really raise my voice or anything, just but be mad, and it's just the end of the world to her. So I relate to that. And he's just like, my wife doesn't respond to yelling, and he's basically saying how he has to keep the shit pushed down, and then he's like goes outside to see what she considers a scratch, and he's like, we need a new door, and he like closes his mouth, and he's just basically just like
push the shit down,
and he's just like then you get, it's way funnier if you hear him say
he's very animated.
Yeah, exactly, he's very animated, right? But what you just said was funny, because it was exactly like what his bit, almost exactly what his bit is.
Yeah. I have to listen to this bit
and
now.
And how and basically how he can't yell at her, and he was like, just like, and then going to the place to fix it, and then that becomes like a story on its own.
Yeah,
I can't butcher it because it's way funnier if you hear him say
yeah.
it. You should look it up, because you'll laugh really hard, because it will remind you of that situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to send it to my fucking girlfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like one of those things. Like I said, I was just very like short tempered about it, and it's like sucks because I'm not gonna make her pay the full fucking price, and like we'll split it type deal. Like it's just money, kind of just. I might as well just like
after it happened, you were just like, all right, I just gotta bite the bullet on the.
Pretty much.
I feel that, because I would be in the same situation where it's like I want to be so mad, but it's just like I'm gonna.
The thing that really gets me,
I'm gonna bite the bullet.
Yeah, is like
her explanation.
Yeah, that it's like I might as well just fucking like literally take out $400 and like $500 from the ATM. And just fucking make it rain on a homeless guy, Frankie, down the street. Because, like...
It's the equivalent.
It's like, because it's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm fixing a dent that, like... I don't really want to get fixed, but, like, I kind of need to get it fixed.
Yeah, and honestly, they might tell you, oh, you need this done, because a lot of times that happens, too.
That's why you got to go to, like, a fucking...
Someone that you know or
like
something?
Jeremy's Auto Body.
Yeah.
Not, like, fucking... Actually, not Jeremy's. That guy's a snake. Go to, like, fucking Jake's. But, yeah, don't go, like, the dealership type shit.
Yeah.
Because... they'll fuck you in the ass like a little clown fucking mannequin.
Yeah, like what happened with Teen Boy, basically.
Yeah,
pretty
much.
Is time winding down? The way you're talking is, I'm assuming that's
down. we're like 48 minutes.
We can keep going for a little bit if you want.
I'm down.
I'm down. But yeah, dude, that's fucking hilarious, because I can just feel how angry you were, despite the fact I wasn't there. Just putting myself in your shoes, you know what I mean?
And it was just funny because it was in front of my mom and a random guy.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You're not going to forget our house when you come back to do the trees now." He's like, "Yeah, you're damn right I won't." You're damn fucking right I won't.
Yeah. Yeah, check out that Sebastian Maniscalco video.
Oh, I'm gonna.
It's fucking, if you just type it on YouTube, wife, car, Sebastian Maniscalco, the bit will come up. Isn't that crazy how you can just do that?
Yeah. Fucking internet. It's weird because he has a lot of his comedies off family.
Yeah, he's a very family friend. Like, you can watch his comedy in front of a fucking 6-year-old, and
I know.
It's okay. Like, it's like perfectly okay that he, like, the kid's watching it.
I know.
And he swears every now and then, but it's like
he's
every now and then.
He's very appealing to like our parents too.
Yes.
His audience is very wide.
Exactly. His very wide, where there would be our age group. Because I also really like him. I think he's funny, but like, I feel like in between 40 and 60, you fucking love Sebastian Maniscalco.
Oh, he's your favorite.
If you're into comedy, yeah.
My
absolutely.
dad fucking is obsessed with
him. Yeah, exactly. I watched his special with my mom, and she liked it. I remember.
Oh, she liked it?
Yeah. And I just know my dad would laugh at it too. You know, it's just, yeah, it's very like father stuff, and like being a husband stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna talk about like pedophile shit, like Theo Vaughn, or like someone does sometimes.
Well, yeah, it's not like, you know, it's not like Daniel Tosh fucking he's wild, dude. If you ever hear,
I've never seen a stand up,
dude. I'm saying this in the sense of I love it. He's fucking
like Louis C.K. shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably, I think Tosh is the most pushing it that I've ever listened to.
He probably got inspired by like Louis C.K. Probably one of his.
Yeah, I think he he pushes it just as far as Louis C.K. without a doubt. I think that he pushes it kind of further sometimes. I mean, he doesn't really. To my knowledge, he doesn't do stand up like he used to. I mean, he made so much money. He's okay.
Louis C.K.
No, Tosh.
Oh, Tosh. Yeah.
Like if he was still doing comedy, like it's very like I don't know what's blue collar comedy, I guess you could say. He fucking forces it, but it's hilarious though the way he spins it around and makes it sound like not that bad. I would love to repeat it, but I don't want to get in trouble.
What was this show? Like Tosh.0?
Yeah, Tosh.0. Yeah, but his comedy's fucking so funny, dude. Him and no, I really think out of everybody he pushes the limit so far, but like so good.
You need to be good if you push the limit far, in my opinion.
Oh, dude. I mean, there's a lot of people that I listen to, and I'm kind of just like, I'm not like offended at what they say, like in the sense of like where they push it. I'm saying that like the way you just delivered it and the way you just presented it, basically, just it sounded like that was your intent to go that far, rather than it casually being going that far.
I feel like that's what Ari Shaffir does a lot. Yes, it does.
Does that make sense? But like Ari Shaffir is another one. Like I don't really know enough about him to really comment. But like I've said this on the podcast before. I said
I never watched his stand up. Never really.
Ari Shaffir.
Yeah.
I have, and it wasn't his stand up. You know the Kobe thing that everyone got mad at.
Yeah.
Like that's like an example of. I'm not like saying I definitely don't find it funny, but I'm not saying I don't find it funny because of sensitivity. It's just like I just don't think it's funny.
Yeah, same. That was what I was kind of referencing when I mentioned it.
And I also just like it's kind of just like it was trying too hard.
I feel like it was trying too hard to get some clout too. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. And that's kind of what I'm saying though with like some of these comedians. Like Ari Shaffir, like I don't really know enough about him to like comment on him, but it's like other comedians sometimes like I like when someone crosses the line as fuck, but like does it in a way that's natural or nonchalant, rather than like some that I feel like it's just like I'm gonna say this super fucked up thing and they make everyone go whoa, Yeah. And like there's no art of comedy behind it. It's just like this fucked up thing. I love fucked up shit, but it's like
be tactful,
be artistic with it, you know, be creative.
I agree with that for sure.
Yeah, but Tosh is funny. You should definitely listen to his stand up.
I will.
I wish I could think of one off the top, a bit off the top of my head that I could like repeat to you, just to like give you a preview of like a secondary preview, because it wouldn't be a good one. But I can't repeat it, and I don't want to repeat it into the internet. Any of them,
Yeah. Well, we'll look them up after. We'll look them up off air.
Yeah.
I want a little thing here that says like on air. You know what I mean?
Imagine we had the red light outside and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be kind of sick.
Like Uncle Jesse in Full House.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I forgot about that until you just said that.
Yeah. I remember they were locked in the basement in one episode, but the red light was on the whole time, and then everyone was like, oh wow, no, they're recording, so we can't go down.
Yeah.
But they needed someone to go down, and it was soundproof because of the music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember, that's like the pretty much out of every Full House episode. I remember that, not the full episode the most, but that I just remember that plot.
The only Full House episode I remember off the top of my head is when
Comet. I'm just saying the dog.
The girl drives the car into the kitchen. I think it was
the
Stephanie.
Best friend. Was it Stephanie?
It was Stephanie and Kimmy, I think.
Kimmy
Gibbler.
Oh, it wasn't Kimmy Gibbler. Wait, if it was Stephanie, then it was with her friend that was like a bad influence.
Yeah,
and it wasn't Kimmy Gibbler, because Kimmy Gibbler was DJ's best friend.
Yes.
And she was just like a fucking idiot / like she was just there.
A bimbo.
She was basically just there, you know what I mean?
What's up, Tanners?
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
Yeah. That show definitely hit home with a bunch of parents.
Yeah, it was a family show, for sure.
Right, but it's like, you
can pop the corn and sit down.
Your kid starts hanging out with someone who you're just like iffy about, like, oh, they're a good influence, and then they start doing shit that's like, oh shit, I was right, they're not a good influence, like that kind of stuff. I feel like that's very parent relatable.
Yeah, for sure.
There's always a life lesson at the ending, like Boy Meets World.
Yes. I used to fucking love that show.
Dude, I just think Topanga was so hot too.
Same. Used to pop little boners there.
Yeah. That was around the time where, like, never mind.
Yeah. Well, fuck yeah, people. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, check out the Instagram, Murph.17. Pete Adams do paintings, and you want to send him home, we'll say peace or what? We'll just say leave it at that.
Let's leave it at that.
Leave it at that, people. Tune in next week. Talk about my fucking COVID trip to Florida coming up. Peace out.
Peace out.